people who do not know what Dosbox is, we're just going to double click it, and we're going to go with next, and select the path where you want to install it. I'm just going to install it in D drive, and click install, and that should install Dosbox into your systems. Once installed, you click the close button, you minimize, and you have an icon that says Dosbox 0.74. When you double click it, it opens up Dosbox for you, and this acts as a terminal or a command prompt for you. Now by default it has been mounted to Z drive. I don't know why it does that, but we're going to try to go to C drive. So we go to C:, hit enter, and it immediately gives an error saying that no such drive exists. That's because it's not been mounted yet. So we go to mount it. We're going to write MOUNT, mount, give it a name, and the drive that we want to mount it to. And now when I click C drive, I can enter C drive and access C drive. Now let's say I've done this once and I exit Dosbox and I reopen Dosbox and try to go to C drive again. It gives me the same error again, asking me to mount my C drive again. Now doing this again and again every time you log into Dosbox can be really irritating process. So we're going to tweak Dosbox a little in such a way that every time it starts up, it automatically mounts a drive. To do that, we're going to go to the location where we installed Dosbox. Now I installed mine in D drive, program files, Dosbox. And once you've come to Dosbox where you've installed it, you're going to see there's a batch file that says Dosbox 0.7.options. You double click it and it should open up a file saying dosbox.conf. Now over here you come down, all the way down, you see there's a tag that says auto-exe, and it gives a nice little description saying that all the commands that you want to run on your Dosbox startup should be after this line. So let's say we want to mount our C drive every time Dosbox opens up. So we're just going to write mount C and C drive, and we're going to file, save, and close this. So now when you run Dosbox, it automatically executes the command mount CC:, that helps us to mount C drive every time. Now let's say you've already got Dosbox all configured and ready to run, and now you're going to need a DOS program. So I'm going to be using the classic Dave game for an example. So I'm going to paste this here. I'm going to extract the content out of it. Alright, I'm going to extract it to Dave, and I'm going to put the whole thing in C drive. Let's say our program is located in C drive, Dave folder, C drive, Dave, and here it is. So I double click and run it, and I get an error saying that I can't run it in 16-bit system. That's because it's going with the default terminal. Now let's say I want to run it with Dosbox. I'm just going to open up Dosbox, go to C drive, cd space Dave, and I'm going to write dave.exe, and that opens up my game, the Dave. So let's quit that right now. We don't want to play right now, and click exit. Now that's one way of doing it. This is also kind of boring. Like every time you come into Dosbox, you're going to open Dosbox, type in a path to your program, and then run it. That becomes boring too. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a shortcut for our game so that it directly opens up with Dosbox. To do that, we're going to right click here, create a new shortcut, and we're going to select, we're going to click browse here and select where Dosbox is installed. Now I got mine in D drive, so I'm going to D drive, and I'm going to select Dosbox and click OK. So that brings up a path to the Dosbox. So we're going to write space here, -C, double quotes, and we're going to write mount, and we're going to give it a fake name. Let's say mount edge, and we're going to give it a path to our program. Now our program is located in C drive /Dave, so I'm going to put it right here, mount, so that becomes mount edge C:/Dave, and I'm going to write space -C again, double quotes, and this time I'm going to write edge : again I'm going to hit space -C, double quotes Dave.exe and click next, and I'm going to call this Dave, and I'm going to click this finish button. So you have a nice little shortcut that says Dave right here. When I double click this, it directly opens up my game. It doesn't wait for me to enter the code or mount to my drive again and use it. So now we're going to just quit this game again, and you see that it does not exit Dosbox. So we're going to do a little bit of tweaking again to our shortcut. We're going to right click it, click properties, go to shortcut tab, and under target we go to the end of where we just wrote, and we're going to write -c space exit, and we're going to click apply and OK. So now when you double click this, you see it opens up Dosbox, it opens up our game. You can play this game. We're going to just quit it, and it closes Dosbox. So this is a perfect way of running your shortcuts in Dosbox, and that's pretty much it for this tutorial, guys. See you soon.